Complete the portion web for each fraction below. So the directions are referring to a portion web which I drew on the side, and it means that if you're given a fraction, go ahead and change it to a decimal, a percent, and then also picture or words. So you could go either way in either direction, so they're all connected. So let's see, we are given fractions. That means we need to find decimal, percent, and in word. So I'm going to do letter C and D, guide you through it, and you can go back and do A and B. So let's start with letter C. So our fraction is 3/2 or 3/2. In words you could write it like that, but how do we really change it to a decimal? So to change to a decimal, the meaning is that we're given 3 divided by 2. So the top number is 3, is always the first one, and the bottom one is the one that divides the whole. So divided by, or it's called the divisor. So when you now know the meaning, you need to use long division or a calculator. Probably you want to write everything on your paper and use the calculator just to support your work or to check your division. So 3 divided by 2, 3 is 3 points. So right now this is where the decimal point will be. That separates the whole with the part. And then after that I can put as many zeros as needed. Right now I'm just gonna start with 3, but they might not be needed. And then start with the division. So how many times does 2 go into 3? That's what your thinking is. So it's only 1 time. So 1 times 2 is 2. And now you want to subtract. So 3 minus 2 is 1. So remainder is 1. Now the decimal is already on top. So that means I can bring down 1 0 at a time. And the number is 10. And then it's the same thinking. How many times does 2 go into 10? So how many times? 5. And you want to write that 5 right above that 0 that you dropped. So the place value matters a lot when you divide, so everything needs to be lined up. So when you multiply 5 times 2, that's the 10. Subtract, remainder 0, so I don't need to continue. So the decimal is 1.5. So record that. So far we have 3/2 is the same as 1.5. So we made the connection from fraction to decimal. Now we can concentrate of how about from decimal to words or from decimal to percent. Now percent, I can use either or. I can use the fraction or the decimal. So I'll show you both. So if I use the fraction for percent, we need a denominator of 100, right? So percent means out of 100. So can I make an equivalent fraction to where my denominator becomes 100? If I could just use this strategy, and then my numerator will be the percentage that I'm looking for. So how many times does 2 go into 100? We need to multiply it. So what number would you use? So 2 times 50 gives you 100. So I'm multiplying, or basically by the giant one, so multiplying by 100 on, I'm sorry, not 100, I said 50. I wrote 100. We want to get to 100. So multiply by 50 on the bottom and the top. We're multiplying by the giant one. So the value is the same, but the look is different. So now 3 times 50, that's your number here. So pause the video and record that. And then 2 times 50 is 100. So now you have your percentage. So copy that number on top that you got and write the percentage symbol. So that's one way. If you could change the fraction out of 100, then it will be giving you the percentage on the top. The other way with the decimal is think of cents or 1.5. What's the meaning of 1.5? It's 15 out of, and then it's 1 decimal place, right? So 1 decimal place, that's 10. But I want it to be out of 100, so I'm going to multiply this time by 10. And now I can see it's out of 100. and then that means it's 150%. So you get the same information at the end, but two different ways to be aware of, and you can use either of it depending of the fraction, or if the decimal it's easier. So let's try letter D on your own, well together, but I need you to pause the video. So let's start with the meaning. So what is the meaning of 3/8? And that's the words. You can say 3/8 is the words given. So, and then let's start with the long division. So go ahead and write the meaning. So it's 3 divided by 8. So in your long division, you need to have the 3 and the divisor is the 8. Remember, when you divide, everything needs to be lined up. So now the 3 is separating with the parts, so you gotta go all the way up for the decimal, and you can record as many zeros as you need to do the long division. So let's get started. So first of all, how many times does 8 go into 3? Well, it doesn't, it's too short, right? So we put 0, and when you multiply, that's also 0, right? So we have 3 to copy down when you subtract. So now we know it's 0 point. It's less than 1 whole, and we should know by our knowledge of like even shading 3/8 should be less than 1 whole. So definitely we're saying is 0 point something. Now bring down the next number one at a time and start the process. Now the thinking again is, how many times does 8 go into 30? So if I count by 8, we have 8 times 1, 8 times 2 is 16, or you could be adding 8. The next one is 24, and the next one is 32. So 8 only can go into 30 if I use the 24. So it's gonna be 8 times 3. So 8 times, so I'm gonna record a 3 right above it. So 3 times 8, that's 24. Remainder is, we're short how many units? Subtract. So yes, that's 6. Now bring down the next 0. So 1 0 at a time as needed. Now we need to say same idea. How many times does 8 goes into 60? So if I keep my pattern for 8s, the next one is 40 plus 8, 48 plus 8, 54. So pause the video and do your addition, right? So 60. Okay, I realize I said the wrong thing. So when you're adding by 8 is also, I'm double checking. So 56, that will be 7 times 8 is 56, right? So this is the 7th place. So this is times 1, times 2, times 3, and so on. So I need to go to 60. Can I go faster than that? 8 times 8 is 64, or adding an 8. So no, so the only place compared to the 60 is I have to use the 56. So that's times 7, right? Times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 8 times 7 is 56. So we're going to record that 7 on top again. And then 7 times 8 is 56. Subtract. Remainder 4. So I wonder how many decimal places we're going to get. So let's keep going until we see a pattern. If you see a pattern, you can stop because you can predict a pattern. If we don't see a pattern, you want to keep going. So let's see. Bring down the next number, right? So that will be the next 0. So you get a 40, and we have a bingo with a 40. So how many times 8 goes into 40? Count them. This times 1, times 2, times 3, times 4, times 5. So I want to record the 5 on top, and then with the 40 I can stop my division, we get a 0 remainder. So the decimal, go ahead and record it, is 0.375, right? Now you could also write that in words. It's 375, and it's in the thousandth place. Okay, so 8. So we did the decimal, so let's go to percent. So 8 cannot be made out of 100, because if you continue with the pattern of 8, it will skip 100. So 8 is not a factor of 100. So remember how I showed you 2 ways? In this case, I have to go with a decimal. So So the fraction of this is 375 thousandths. Remember, 3 decimal places. So I'm going to divide by 1,000. So once I get percent, we want to have out of 100. So whatever we put inside on the top is the percentage. So in this case, right here is where the 100 is. So I'm going to divide by 10 to reduce the 1,000 to become 100. And I need to do it to both. So I'm showing my work of how I'm converting it. So on top, 375 divided by 10, it shrinks to 37. So 375 becomes 37.5. It shrinks by 1/10 of that 10, right? And then the 1,000 shrinks with 1/10 as well, so we have 100. Now there's our percent. So 37.5%. Now, another way I think about percents is when we think of cents or money. So if I want to show you my thinking of it. So looking at the decimal, I see cents. So I see it up to here. So this is what I see, 37 cents. So what I do is I would write 37% because it's 37 cents. However, I cannot ignore that 5, so that is a half. So I just have to write it with a decimal point. So it's a part of the percent. So that looks like the answer there as well. But I like the visual way and thinking of money. So the way it's written, you need the 2 digits after the decimal. There's your decimal, you need those 2 digits, so that's your percentage, 37%. Then use the decimal to describe whatever number is next. That might be a little easier. So in this case, I gave you a lot of detailed notes, so I need you to pause the video at the end of the video and do A and B on your own.